Here's my weekend work. Painting the floor. Coffee area. Paperwork. There's the extracting equipment. I can't walk close to that area. Paint still wet. Here's the wax cupping spinner, and here's the settling tank. Can hold 16 drums of honey. It's the uncupping machine. This door is access to the hot room. Not very big, but it fits 600 honey soppers full of honey. It's a 60 framer spinner here and a 60 framers spinner over there. It's getting there. Today is, what is it, 13th, and then I just finished painting the floor. Hopefully it will dry in the next few days. And the Tuesday next week, 16th of July, other crews will come in, start doing the pre-season cleaning and put everything together, get the extracting equipment set up. But I'm not sure if there's honey that is ready to drop next week. I have to check on that one yet. Anyway, we finished set up 900 producing hives on 11th. That was on Thursday. And then just two of us. And it's interesting year. I never had spring like this before. Had so many rain, so many cold days, and there's no spring flow completely. There was one more hive that was dead of starvation on Thursday in the last yard we set up. Unfortunately, because of I miscalculate the feed. So anyway, we got few hives to replace that, but that's part of what's going on, what's happening this spring. And for two people, 900 hives is really doable. As usual, we do in the last few years. Normally just two of us in spring. There are few years that sometimes three of us. But anyway, it involves lots of planning, time management, and decision making, and then the way how you operate them, the way how you catch up when you get behind. And then it's not easy unless you experience this for the last few years. But as I said, like, we're dealing with nature. So I don't know. I don't really know what what to say much here. Um, in our case, though, I was I was putting the heavy box up top on my honey flow setup, and by doing that, one thing I've experienced is they are trying to maximize your space inside between the heavy box on top and the brood box in the very below. In between, it seemed the bees are maximizing it. Once you put a heavy on top, and then they start putting honey, started filling it up on top, because I don't know, because when the field bees arrive on the entrance of the beehive, there's a receiver bees. Once they receive that nectar from the forager bees, they will deposit it to the closest available space inside, and then they will transfer that wherever they need it to deposit as a final spot. It's just their normal process, because when the forager bees take the nectar from the plant, at the same time the forager bees would add enzyme to that nectar, and once the nectar in the honey stomach, well, honey bees have two stomach. First stomach is a honey stomach, and the next behind it is where the abdomen. That's for their organs. So the first one is honey stomach. Once it's in the honey stomach with the enzyme from the worker bee, that's how the nectar start getting processed to turn into honey. While they are on their flight, while they are active, and the honey is in their honey stomach, it's being processed in there. And then when the receiver bees receive it, it get added with enzyme again from the receiver bees at the entrance to their honey stomach, and it get processed more. And then they will deposit it to the closest available spot inside the beehive, and then they will move that to the next spot, and then once they take it again, suck it up, goes to the honey stomach, it got added with another enzyme there, more enzyme, so it just gets processed and more processed, and then they deposit it to the final spot that they want. And then if not, that honey is not quite ripe, let's say the moisture is still high, they'll fanning their wings to dry it more, and one is dry enough, the other worker bees inside start to seal that honeycomb. That's why they are sealed. So that's how they get process is the honey. And then I'll go back to my other topic. By doing honey super that is heavy up top, they tend to maximize the space, and it worked good in my operation, because we are just using our equipment is not very high tech here. We're just using stock trailer, power cart, and we can only do 2 yards in one day during honey flow, and that's also the capacity or hour. That's why we can 2 yards a day. So, but we're dropping more than 100 supers in 1 yard. So between maybe not in the beginning, but during the peak, Sometimes we get 300 honey soppers in one day. So what that means, it will take 21 days before we get back to that beehive, or that let's say we drop one apiary here today. It will take us 21 days to get back to here where the first one would drop. So my time is a bit longer than what it should. So by adding more soppers in there, and by allowing them to maximize the space that they have in there, so it helped with my timeline, that what I'm doing here. But if you have a really good machine like other big commercial beekeepers, and you can just go to the yard let's say every 10 days, and in this, I don't think you need to do anything. Doing what I'm doing, it's more work the way I set up honey flow, more work, and needs more time. But the goal is I'm getting some honey with the grace of the Lord. So the honey, my yearly average is I can't complain. So that's for sure. So I praise the Lord every time. I'm not claiming it for myself. So our strength and our knowledge is, I believe, is from above. So try to stay that way. And I don't know what else to say. My honey flow set up. Maybe we'll check next week if how they're doing.